What's good, YouTube? Welcome to a brand new video. Today we're gonna be reacting to bullshit. I'm just kidding. We're gonna be reacting to, let's see. Does Jitsu work in a street fight? I've always wondered this. I did Jitsu for like a week. Gave up on it because my nuts started to hurt. Yeah. It's a sad story, but let's get into this video real quick and see if it actually works.
Fight was getting out of control. We took him down. He's on mount. In the gift wrap. Jiu-jitsu basics.
Oftentimes, we're sold a promise that learning martial arts will keep us safe in the streets. But as a reasonable person, the chance that you'll ever test that out is basically zero.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty.
What the fuck?
I like her,
Yo, whoa! We're not gonna, but she has a tail.
So
What the hell? What is this? She got a tail.
I like her, fox outfit. But what if I told you that I actually found a guy who tested exactly what we all want to know? Whether sport jiu-jitsu works in a real fight. I invited him to break down.
Wait, did he do this on purpose? He literally started arguments. You know what? Let me not assume.
His real-life altercation where he showed me exactly how he used his jiu-jitsu, all the times where things could have gone tragically wrong, and most importantly, whether he thinks you should train sport jiu-jitsu for self-defense. First, I wanted to
I think you should buy a Glock. Really?
spar with Cleve, just to get a sense of his jiu-jitsu skills. I'm a currently very injured purple belt, and he may be ranked lower than me at blue belt, but he's definitely got skills and athleticism. In real life, it's not like I go around picking fights with people, but I would definitely not want to get in a fight with Cleve. After we finished sparring, we took a seat to break down the multiple video angles of his fight.
We have got to the point where literally anybody can build a fully working app without knowing how to code. This is
My name is Cleve.
And I'm Brianna.
We train both at Team Take Flight and Salinas, nonprofit free gym.
He's also here with his girlfriend who filmed most of the incident and also unfortunately got assaulted during the altercation. So how long?
Nah. Bro, that guy would not be alive today to speak on this. If my girl gets assaulted, I'm seeing red. It's GG's, bro.
You've been training?
Off the bat.
I was training a year and a half.
Okay, year and a half, and then
Coming on 2 years. She gets her blue belt next Friday.
okay.
I do.
How many rolls did you get at open mat?
That was my 13th roll right there.
So, flashback over a year ago to an EDM festival called Escape in Southern California. The event is huge. Cleve, Brianna, his MMA friend Zed, and the rest of his group of 8 represent just a small portion of the thousands of people who flock to events like this.
You know, it's a rave. Most people are on drugs and alcohol.
Which could be a recipe for disaster. And although security there
Could be? It's 100% a recipe for disaster, bro. You go to a rave, people are drugged out, they're sweaty, they have a lot of dopamine going into their fucking brain, bro. They can't think straight.
is just a facade.
This is their search. All right, go ahead.
Most people are there to have a good time. But that doesn't stop fights from breaking out in the crowd every once in a while.
If you've ever been to a music festival, especially one like that, it's crowded. It is mad crowded.
Cleve actually knows of 3 fights that happened that night, including his. And realistically, the odds of both being a trained martial artist and ending up in one of those fights is extremely low. But sometimes fights just choose you. Like when they started to see a guy getting aggressive with other people around them.
He's just like tripping on everybody. He's saying like, oh, I'll kill you, I'll fight you. That was a group of like 10, 12 pretty big dudes, like bigger than me. And they wanted to beat his ass like bad.
At first, Cleve just tries to calm the guy down.
He bumps into me, I'm like, yo bro, like let's relax. Like,
But he's not hearing it, and in fact, he makes a clear threat directed towards Cleve.
he's like, if it was you and me, I'd kill you.
Do you think he was on drugs or something?
No, he definitely was. He was. So that's why I was sympathizing with him. So I was, I wasn't initially trying to be violent. We were trying to calm him down.
Honestly, it was really scary.
I'm not gonna lie. He might have been drugged out too. He could just control his drug substance.
Yeah.
Because obviously as somebody on drugs, you don't really know how to calm them down.
And now a decision has been forced on them. Do they leave? Do they call security? Try
You leave, bro. What the fuck?
more to calm the guy down? But what if that just escalates things further?
But yeah, it was just crazy watching it all go down, which is why I started recording, because I didn't know what was gonna happen.
Yeah.
And I wanted to protect, obviously, my group and my people.
So like, and we were a group of like 8 maybe, and so moving 8 people in a crowd like that, that's pretty tough. But kind of anywhere we went, he kind of followed us.
Could you also have just like left the music festival? Thanks to Fume for sponsoring this video. So I have a
L ad.
It was 8 o'clock. The thing ends at 2. We're not leaving. Hell no.
How much were the tickets?
300 a piece. And then Airbnb, food. No. Any other situation, like if it's on like a legit street, like a sidewalk or something, I'm out. You know, you never know if they have a knife, gun, weapons. But this guy was also shirtless, no backpack, shorts. So I kind of saw what he had. He had really nothing.
Getting help was even harder.
You're not getting security. I mean, we're in the middle of like the main stage. There's probably a couple thousand people on each side of you. There's no reception, so it's not like you can call the 911 and say, yeah, we're above the screen.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie. I could never go to a rave. I get fucking anxious, bro. Like, I see multiple people around me. I'm constantly looking back and forth. I'm seeing what they have on them, bro. Cause I don't want to get done in dirty. Fuck no. I got my whole life ahead of me, bro. I'm not risking it for a rave just to see a person sing on stage and to have fun and bob up and down. Bro, I could do that at home. We could throw a whole party, bro. Come on, bro.
Yeah, that's not happening. So
it's kind of up to you at that point to defend yourself.
There's some situations you're not gonna call the police or security every time. Like, you gotta figure it out yourself.
This is common in real self-defense situations. People say you can just run or call for help, but that's not always practical or even possible. The good news is many places recognize your right to exist somewhere in what are called stand your ground laws, which permit individuals to defend themselves against imminent threats using reasonable force without the duty to retreat. Although that's not the case everywhere. While California doesn't have a specific stand your ground law, the principle is honored as interpreted by case law. And furthermore, California jury instructions even spell this out. In other words, Cleve and his group could stay exactly where they were, and they had every right to defend themselves. Despite initial attempts at de-escalation, chaos is starting to unfold.
He was hitting, biting everybody, assaulting. I mean, he was getting down. Yeah.
So you're recording all this right now?
Yeah, I'm the person behind the camera. I was shaking. That's why I had my phone like this the whole time, because I was just freaking out.
She'd only been like 1 month of jiu-jitsu at this time.
Yeah,
so
I had no confidence.
Yeah.
And Cleve makes a decision to control the assailant.
Look, I didn't mean to put him to sleep. That's my bad. I was still a white belt at this time. So yeah, he's like this, and then like I'm not gonna do it to you, right? But he's going here, like scratching him right here. Yeah. I mean, anyone does that to you, I mean, you're tripping out. I'm like trying to chill him out, and then I come in, and then I just sink it in.
And was he like fighting that or anything?
He tried, but it wasn't happening. Oh, I mean, people fell asleep at the gym all the time. So, you just learn, lift the feet, right? Kind of shake them a little bit. Is that a myth?
Yeah, it's a myth. So if anything, because your circulatory
Nah, Brody could have died. 100% he could have died.
system is gonna like pump the blood back. And so what people are recommending actually is when you do put somebody to sleep, to lay them on their side in their recovery position in case they were to like vomit or something. And most people would think it should have ended right there. But even though he'd already been put to sleep, he gets back up and starts fighting people again. But Cleve really doesn't want to hurt the guy or get in trouble. So he opts for a different method of control.
I mean, I was like, just like this. In hindsight, I should have probably just had him like this so I can get both of his arms.
And he's already been put to sleep and woken back up at this point,
Yeah.
right? And he's still trying to fight.
This dude's acting up! I had him put him to sleep! I woke him up, and he's still tripping! So as you can see, I have a Kimura grip, and he can't move!
This video is actually 20 minutes long. Just condensed down to 3 minutes.
Damn.
And me holding him for probably about 16 of those minutes.
Even in this chaotic situation, it's a good thing for everybody around that Cleve is there. Do you think you would feel different?
100%, bro. A lot of these normies don't know how to fight. It could have went way worse for that guy. Way worse.
If he hadn't been training like at all.
Oh yeah. I feel like it would have been a lot more chaotic. Imagine like the other groups were to crash out and start pounding this dude. Like, it would have been a whole brawl.
Even as just a several stripe white belt at the time, he's probably one of the most qualified people there. It's also good for the assailant that Cleve is the one controlling him.
100%.
If you weren't there controlling him, it's actually kind of scary to think what could have happened with these other groups of people. Untrained people are far more likely to escalate or use excessive force. Another reason police should train martial arts.
Before I did training, I was definitely a lot more egotistical, so I would have been trying to show out more. But, you know, as you get higher in your MMA, jiu-jitsu training, like, you become more, like, at least for me, I became more chill. Yeah. So I was like, obviously, I know I can destroy this guy, but I'm not gonna do that. Like, what am I gonna get out of that? Like, I'm not on the mat. I'm on a rigid concrete.
We'll see later how police react to Cleve's use of jiu-jitsu. At a certain point, believing the situation has calmed down enough, somebody tells Cleve to let go of the guy, which he does. But then something happens that has the potential to change everything.
It goes like this, and then like, goes like that. If you got a girlfriend, wife, come on, bro, you're not letting that happen. So, and I didn't even assault him after that. All we did, you can see right there, we just started dragging him out. We're like, yep, you gotta go now.
And how were the nerves for you in that moment?
Oh,
after he
I was
pushed you?
terrified. Yeah. I mean, it's a dude that's bigger than me, but part of me also knew that he had good control and was doing the right thing by taking him out of the crowd.
But then he just goes crazy, and the duo makes one of the more controversial decisions of the night.
So before I play this next clip, right, keep in mind this guy is literally trying to rip Zed's eyes out. So Zed hits him with this crazy hip toss and lands him on the ground. And as he's on the ground, he's like, well, if we stand up in one-on-one, like, I'd beat your ass. And Zed was like, you know what? Let his ass up. Boom.
Holy shit. That's crazy. You gotta have some balls on you.
Drops him, right? So this is where I started recording. So I recorded a little late. Starts teeing off on him. And then look at this transition to mount by Zed. Look at this jiu-jitsu right here. Just boom, knee slice to the mount, clean.
Do you think that was the right call to, like, let him get back up?
No, definitely not. I mean, no, definitely.
He didn't even get back up. He was trying to get back up. He didn't get back up.
Definitely not. Looking back, we shouldn't have done that. But, I mean, you gotta think about it. Like, I mean, you can see his face. I mean, Zed has a really cool temper until you push past that line. Everybody has a limit, you know? So, I mean, he's literally, like, in his eye. But looking back, probably should have just held him down more.
So at this point, Zed and the assailant have essentially entered what's called mutual combat, which limits their ability to later claim self-defense. And it becomes a sketchy legal gray area because now they can both get in trouble, again, depending on local laws. But thankfully, it works out in Zed's favor. And although Zed has technically won this part of the fight, he's still kind of lost.
He had an MMA fight debut that following weekend. And when he
Oh my god, you're G.
he broke his hand.
Oh. So, did he still fight?
No, hell no, he couldn't fight.
Oh.
Yeah, he's still suffering that injury.
But somehow, this still isn't the end of things. He gets back up and starts fighting everybody around him.
He was down, and then they got Zed off of him in that video, right? So then he gets back up, right? He gets back up, and then he starts literally like just swinging on people, right? Just going crazy. So he's swinging, like pretend it's her, he swings on her. So I was like, yo, so I get him, I come behind right here, and then I get his arm like this.
So that's when Cleve has to get to his final control position.
I don't know what this takedown's called, but basically I drop right here, right? Now keep in mind, we're on rigid concrete, so, you know, I'm trying to keep in mind, I'm trying to jagging my knees up. So I'm here, you know, I get here, and I don't know how his arm got here, but basically he gets here, and then I get the gift wrap, kind of like this, but his arm was like here. So I wrapped him up like this, and that's where you see me in the clip. And so I'm keeping his head up so he's not laying on the concrete, and also I'm not trying to like really hurt him, so I'm just trying to control him. So this is just a control point at that point.
And now, outside of the huge crowd, they're able to find help.
Michael's getting out of control! We took him down! He's on mount! In the gift wrap! Jiu-jitsu basic!
It was one cop and a paramedic.
Birdie's in the gift wrap.
And the paramedic was behind me, and then the cop came. He was like, what's going on? I was like, I don't know. I told him I do jiu-jitsu, like I got him. He's like, okay, keep him right there. I'll be right back. He comes back 10 minutes later. So I have him there for 10 minutes.
I was curious though, how did
crazy.
Cleve learn to apply his jujitsu in this type of situation? He's not on a mat, he's not in competition.
One thing a lot of people say is like sport jujitsu isn't gonna work in the street. Are you like at a self-defense jujitsu gym or are you at a sport jujitsu gym? I also saw that you've competed before.
There's currently a big dividing line between two types of schools in jiu-jitsu. Those that focus on self-defense and those that focus on the sport aspect. Some
Oh, I didn't know. Bro, that's Chewy. I literally went to his gym, bro. It's the GOAT. That's the GOAT. I recommend checking out his gym, bro. I'm located in Louisville, bro. I literally went to his gym. It's fucking fire. Fire vibes.
schools strike a middle ground, showing basic self-defense ideas, but they still don't really train against strikes or weapons in any kind of realistic way. I recently tested some aspects of jiu-jitsu against weapons on a self-defense reality show, and let's just say the outcome is kind of what you would expect.
Go!
Oh yeah, it's cheap. It's cheap. Boom, boom. Yeah.
There's always going to be a million what ifs. No single martial art can answer all of those. But despite the odds being stacked against you, you can still be prepared. It's like when people say muscles don't win fights. Well, that's true, but it's still better to have them. But what do Cleve and Brianna think about all this?
Yeah, just gonna call a Batman signal and then they're just gonna teleport, right? You gotta take matters in your own hands sometimes. So if when you do, you at least wanna be ready, then not ready. In that case, I was ready.
I felt very
100%.
safe and protected.
100%.
You know, a year and a half in, I'm more secure.
Are you like at a self-defense jiu-jitsu gym?
I mean, our women's class is self-defense, but no, we're just sport, regular jiu-jitsu, wrestling, MMA. But yeah, we compete a lot. Not like pure self-defense. I mean, we have that mindset of like, you could do this in self-defense, but this is just basically things I've learned just rolling. You know, and just doing regular class. Like,
And did you guys just stay at the music festival for the rest of the night?
oh yeah, like I said, it was 8 o'clock, ends at 2. So we're at we're moving on with the night.
Alright, W video. Make sure you like, subscribe to this guy, Josh Beans BJ today. Yeah, that's all I got for you guys. Shit. Have a blessed day. See ya. Peace.